Hi, my name's John R. Coates, resident of Baldwinsville all my life. We're here today to interview Mr. Greene. I'm a friend of Richard Greene, but I always called him Dick, a laid-back, quiet fella. And we're coming back to the messenger. It was dated Thursday, June 14th, 1944. And the letter his father wrote, and Mr. Greene was in England at this time. And the reason we're here today, because the 50th anniversary of the invasion of Normandy, Mr. Greene was with the Big Red One, most famous division in the United States Army. And I'm going to introduce Mr. Greene to you right now, and he's going to carry on some of the conversation and interview with me. Richard?
Thank you, Jack.
You hold up. I'll ask the question. Where'd you have your basic training at, Richard?
Camp Cross, South Carolina.
You were in how many invasions were you in since you were a member of the Big Red One?
3.
You were in North Africa?
North Africa. Sicily.
Sicily.
And D-Day.
This is what we'd like to talk about. You had more training in England?
Yes, and we I trained in England for the invasion of North Africa and the invasion of Sicily.
And I hope you remember some of the facts of life in England at that time, the build-up before the invasion, D-Day.
Well,
Dick, could you tell us a little bit about your training in England and the type of people that you met, friendly, unfriendly, before the invasion?
I didn't have time to really meet any people when I was in England, because we was strictly in training. But what few I did see seemed to be confused more than anything else. They didn't know whether to be friendly or not.
Could you see the type of equipment and build-up that was happening, and the airstrikes, any airstrikes against Nazis?
I could see the build-up. Build-up was coming for maybe a year. That is, the equipment coming into the country, and but I didn't see any airstrikes.
I mean, planes taking off and landing in any vicinity where you were?
No, we wasn't anywhere near the air bases. We were in the field training.
I have heard stories that with the amount of equipment and that was being landed in England, that the island might sink, which was...
Well, there was a lot of equipment there. I don't know about sinking, but there certainly was a lot of equipment constantly.
On that, you must have gone to a marshalling area before you was going to invade France and fight the Nazis. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, we wasn't in a marshalling area very long. I think it was about 24 hours before they started loading us on ships. And I can't remember for sure where we loaded from, or we went aboard, but I think it was Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, England.
Yeah.
Some went out of Southampton, some Portsmouth. But at that time, there must have been a tremendous amount of equipment and stuff being loaded on the ships.
Well, it was a going 24-hour process.
And was your regiment one of the first waves to hit the Normandy beaches? And what beaches were you going to land on, and which beach?
Well, we was at Omaha Beach, and it was Easy Red. It's the Army code number, and we was in the third wave.
The third wave to hit the beach?
Right.
How long was you on the beach? I presume I heard you got wounded on the beach.
Yeah, I was wounded on the beach. I probably wasn't. I might have been there half a day, 4 or 5 hours, and that's about it.
You were still on the beach when you got wounded?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got wounded coming into combat.
And how long was you on the beach before you got evacuated back to England?
Well, maybe about 4 hours.
So they're really doing a good job evacuating the wounded.
Absolutely. We had a doctor and 3 or 4 aid men right on the beach doing their job, trying to help while the shells was coming over.
So after approximately 4 hours, you were sent back to England to probably
I put on a ship. I put on a hospital ship. And I think it was there 2 days, and then we went back to England.
And after being back in England and recuperating, did you see any more action after that?
Oh yeah, I went back to my unit after that.
Were they still in France at that time?
We was right at the edge of Paris.
Paris was free, declared a free city. Was your unit happen to be marching through Paris at any time?
No, we wasn't allowed into Paris. We was right on the outskirts, right on the edge.
Do you have anything else to add to this interview? I know sometimes we forget a lot of things that happened to us over there, and maybe you could add something to this.
No, the reason that the Americans wasn't allowed into Paris was because they wanted the Free French to recapture their own capital, their own city. So we had Paris surrounded, but we couldn't go in. And the Free French came in and took the Germans prisoners.
You were still in the Big Red One at that time.
Right.
And after Paris, where did your unit go?
Well, we went on up into Belgium and into Germany. We got held up for a while in the Baldwinsville Bulge, and after that was over, we went into Germany, and then we swung over into Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia was captured by the Nazis early in the war, I believe. Were the Nazis still there at that time?
Oh yeah, we drove the Germans out of Czechoslovakia.
Was that your last campaign?
Yes. That was they surrendered. The Nazis surrendered while we was in Czechoslovakia.
I want to thank you for this interview.
That I can think of right offhand.
I've known Dick a lot of years. He hasn't changed too much in all this time.